characters appearing in this work are fictitious. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.
Let me embrace now my crudest lover, who stands perspiring within his fan, who stands perspiring, who stands. I bequeath this to my favorite niece, Susanna. She's gone! Oh, no! Did you hear what she said? No, she did. No, Auntie Sarabanda, my favorite relative, my dearest theatrical aunt. For in spite of our different approaches to life, we've been very close. But what did she mean by bequeathing me all of this? Oh. Oh. Oh, no. Oh. Auntie, you're here. And that torch, it looks familiar.
It should. We used it in the Follies the year we lampooned the Olympics.
But why are you carrying it, Auntie, if you're dead? And aren't you a little cold in that outfit?
Oh, not cold at all. In fact, where I've come from, it's actually a little warm. I can't stay. I only came to bring you this. It represents the Phoenixville Follies. You know, I always did like to recycle my props. But I hereby bequeath the Follies to you, and this torch is the proof.
Oh. Let's warm up. We pitch.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Again.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
That's just great.
Do,
We can be kind of obstreperous and disagreeable, but I at least am very sorry about your aunt.
And you're now even more boring in life as a lower school music teacher.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Well, at least you'll inherit a lot of money.
Yeah, how much? Millions of dollars?
Billions, trillions.
Well, actually, she left all her money to the Chihuahua Hospital. But she did bequeath something very special to me.
What?
Tell us.
See that torch over there? It represents the Follies, the annual traditional Phoenixville Follies that she left to me.
Wow.
But I have no idea how to put on a musical comedy with local amateurs singing songs written by local amateurs. I mean, I'm such a little mouse, not used to any kind of spotlight.
We'll help you.
Thanks. Hi, Timothy. How was math class?
Differential.
Oh, I have days like that, too.
Would you like to have coffee with me, Sue?
Oh, Timothy, you're always asking me to have coffee with you. And wine, and dinner, and long weekends in cute touristy towns.
There is no question in either of our minds that
he
I am
is
in love with her.
me.
Oh, my love is asymptotic and my passion idiotic. To Periwinkle.
Oh, Tim, you're smart but so moronic. Please try to keep your thoughts platonic.
My love
Is asymptotic, his
My
passion idiotic. Sure, why not?
You know, Mrs. Periwinkle often said that she wanted to bequeath the Follies to you.
She did?
She was always saying, Susanna's so talented, I don't see why she's hiding her life under a bushel of fifth graders.
But the Follies, they're so historic and important to the university community. I mean, they go back 100 years or so. All those deans and presidents and Nobel Prize winners in grass skirts and football gear. I mean, I'm just a humble, mousy music teacher.
Your aunt would always say, Susanna has such a sweet voice, and she's much more beautiful than she looks. She just lacks confidence. And eyeliner.
Eyeliner?
I agree with her.
It isn't that Timothy is so dreadful, though he is a bit on the dreadful side. It's just that I'm deeply attracted to Thomas de Rigolo, visiting professor in the French department. I went to his lecture on 4th century semiotics, and afterwards I dared to congratulate him. He leered at me, or at least I thought he did.
Oh, by the way, perhaps you hadn't heard, Professor de Rigolo is hiding out here at U Phoenixville while a little scandal at a New York hotel blows over. After that, he plans to run for president of France.
Oh, I don't have time to have coffee with you. I have to get ready for a meeting of the Follyites.
Oh, I'll come with you.
The university community was obsessed with the vacuum that Mrs. Periwinkle's demise had created. A veritable black hole in their universe. Members of both town and gown couldn't imagine a year without satirizing and being satirized in return. The jolly original musical always took place after New Year's, Hanukkah, Christmas, and the annual borscht versus matzo ball soup debate. So there was absolutely nothing to look forward to. Plus, the weather was so awful that the local murder rate would have gone way up were it not for the Follies. Which, come to think of it, says something about the kind of audience they attract.
Like the Follies founders did many years ago.
will be a lady killer.
I will be a crazy king.
I will channel Philistilla.
Will be caution, fleeing to the rafters singing, with the rafters ringing. Hooray for the Phoenix Follies, Captains and Jollies, come and get your fill. Even when it's beastly cold out, every single show is sold out. To continue, hooray for the Phoenix Follies, courtesy finales, and fill the bill. So let's all rejoice, the Follies made in Phoenixville are here to stay. Hooray for the Phoenix Follies, Captains and Jollies, come and get your fill. Even when it's freezing cold out, every single show is sold out. To continue, hooray for the Phoenix Follies, break to the finale, make fill the bill. So let's all rejoice, the Follies made in Phoenixville are here to stay.
There she is.
This meeting of the Phoenixville Follies is now come to order. Hush! And find your places. That's my chair. As it is now again December, and our dear Sarabanda Periwinkle is no longer here to lead us, she was hardly dear to you, darling.
Oh, God, did you ever know such rivalry?
Well, after all, remember last year when Sarabanda ran off with her husband, Pericles Periwinkle?
And 2 years before, with her previous husband.
Oh, I remember that too.
There is something positively aphrodisiacal about these follies.
There was something definitely aphrodisiacal about Sarabanda Periwinkle.
Well, it's the time of year. It's all that scratchy underwear.
As the most imposing diva of the Follies, I see no reason not to take it over myself. Except, mon Dieu, the work. All I really want to do is emote and thrill the audience.
Excuse me, but I believe my aunt, Mrs. Periwinkle, left the Follies to me.
The Follies.
Excuse me, cher colleague of the Romance Language Department. Je suis Thomas de Rigolo. Myself, something of an idol de matinée, and also candidate for President of France in 2017. I think that this très, très jolie, magnifique petite mademoiselle would make an excellent leader.
I can vouch for that.
French president? Vive la France!
Vive la France!
Vive la France!
He actually has a rather handsome voice that he'd only been propped up long enough to be able to use it.
I don't care who the leader is. I am good China Army, and in every play, in every battle, for every century, I have always been a Frenchman. And I insist on this.
And I, Winifred Downspout, as an expert in ancient ceremonies, particularly fertility ones, I should be a goddess.
And furthermore, I refuse to be in any scene with Downspout.
And I refused this year to quote anything from William Shakespeare. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one to...
I am Mishmash. I am Professor Blackston's co-author, co-teacher, co-conspirator, co-inventor, and conscience. And every original thought he's ever had came from me.
Well, let's don't overdo it, Maurice.
And this year, I shall play a Chaucerian whore. Do you think?
Yes! We can go shopping! Oh, yes! Buy some fabric! Let me tell you!
Everything there! Yes, and all of that.
I have been a unicorn, a rhinoceros, a turtle, a penguin, a monkey, a mermaid, a gargoyle, and half of an iguana. I, for once, would love to be a human.
Are you disparaging my menagerie? If you only knew the number of after hours I've worked without pay to breathe life into papier-mâché for you ingrates.
And I can't rehearse on Mondays, Thursdays, Tuesdays, or Sunday afternoon.
I'll be late Fridays because I can have a massage at 7 o'clock in the evening.
That reminds me, I will be gone all of Tech Week. I have to go take call. I, Lorelei Middleton, will be a countess or an evil queen or a Latvian spy, and I shall write the words and the music and produce and design the scenery and the costumes, because I'm in charge. But Aunt Sarabanda left the follies to me. I have proof. Our Olympic torch. Our Olympic torch.
My Olympic torch.
And remember the year the Olympic Committee told us to cease and desist, and furthermore,
And
you shall
we couldn't even use 4
Yes, it was. And Phil Hoffman was a Jewish grandmother.
Be quiet, everybody. Be quiet.
Whippington here. Here, here. Here, here. Long live the Follies. Hooray for Sue.
Long live the Follies! Hooray for Sue!
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'll try. I'll really try to make all of you happy.
Oh, it's
I finally had a chance to outdo my rival Sarabanda Periwinkle, who stole not only my 3rd, but my 4th husband. And then her dastardly little niece steps in to try to take over the Follies. Not to mention eliciting the attentions of my colleague in the romance department, Thomas de Rigoleau.
Since 1905, the Phoenix Follies have been kept alive through the efforts of Crabtree crew, working and helping to make it through. But now in this 115th year, the fate of the Follies we all should fear. No upstart, lousy-mousy teacher alive is gonna send my Follies to a bloody nosedive. Follies, the poor Phoenix Follies. Revels, about to unravel. Sorrows for such a tradition. Horrors with such perdition. Sarabanda, that witch who lived next door, she stole my husband's number 3 and 4, and now that I'm after
What? Block the Follies from performing in my auditorium for the first time in over 100 years? Oh, how unprincipled! And think of the loss of revenue. Yes, for 2 nuts. Anything you say, lady.
Oh, there's so much to do. You guys are my best friends. You have to help me.
Not to worry. I've always wanted to be a stage manager. I'll kick ass with those old farts.
Thanks, Jelly Bean. I love your positive attitude.
And I will make gorgeous costumes, and I can sing. There's no business like no business.
And I can direct. And my brother Slim, he is really into electricity. I think he could do the lights.
Thanks, Rubel, and Carolina, and Slim. And the kids said they'd help too.
The kids?
Well, my students. They're not as bad as they seem.
Kids? Are you sure you want to involve kids?
I don't trust anybody under the age of 35.
I'll handle them. We're off and running.
An amateur theatrical is not considered practical, yet I have to confess. Though by day I profess, at night I can be intergalactical.
They love at school. I teach in French and German.
She covers every rule.
But at night I'm Ethel Merman.
When I'm at the office, I daydream all day long.
And we know what she's dreaming.
That someday they'll hear my song.
An accountant becomes a countess. A cop becomes a fop. Still, those turncoats must assure us that we won't produce a flop.
Oh my God, what if we flop? An amateur theatrical is not considered practical,
Yet you have to confess, even if it's a mess.
At night you can be.
I can be intergalactical.
So much fun.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's go see the theater, right?
Yes, let's get our artistic juices flowing by going to see the cute little theater.
Hey, there's the landlord now.
Oh, hi. I hear you're the landlord. I'm Sue.
Yeah.
I'm running the Follies this year. Could we get a look at the stage?
Sorry, ladies. The university's tearing down the building and putting up a combination juice bar, tanning salon, sauna, and meditation center, for thinking. Yeah, go ahead.
What do we do?
I recommend that you go across the street to the church. They got a perfect basement over there. Very vintage. Gotta love it. Great. Yeah, love it.
Oh, basement. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. What are we gonna do? We'll get cockroaches. No. We'll get dehumidifier. It'll work. I know it will. We'll wear sunglasses.
I don't think it'll help.
You don't think so? No.
Hey, Schmitty, come here.
Hey, Nose. Got a scoop for me?
Yeah, as chief of the campus police, you might want to know that there was something definitely peculiar about the death of Mrs. Periwinkle.
You know, you may be a reporter, but the Prexy don't want no more following up about the death of Sarah Band of Periwinkle.
You mean because of the used ranking in U.S. News and World Report, I suppose.
Yep. Don't want no more bad raps on the neighborhood. But, you can tell me. Peculiar how?
Something radioactive in the lip area.
How do you know?
I was assigned by the Gazette to cover the story. And I grabbed a gander at the coroner's report. And just before his computer froze, I read the letters P-O.
P-O. Po!
The chemical symbol for polonium. Of course, he hadn't quite finished what he was writing, but I snapped a photo of it right away, see?
Yeah, radioactive, eh?
Yep, as though someone had gotten too close with a bit of polonium on his own kisser. And I got my suspicions, too.
Suspicions? My favorite word.
Yep, the lab's testing it right now.
Lab. That's a clue right there. Lab, polonium. Lab.
But speaking of clues, remember when she died there was a bear on stage?
Bear! A Russian bear!
Oh, everything's going wrong.
No, first we lose the stage.
Oh,
And the posters were printed
broke my leg.
I know.
The posters were printed upside down.
And the name of the church is spelled wrong.
And Slogan Hall with Oprah Winfrey and Governor Rauner reading love letters the same night.
14 actors have the flu, thanks to global climate change.
An apocalyptic snowstorm.
And we
existed.
forgot to take an ad out in the Gazette.
And nobody's coming to rehearsal on time.
Mr. Zeno made a dragon that's too big to even fit in the front door of the church.
What are we gonna do?
What if we had a seance and summoned your aunt, Sarah Bonda Periwinkle? She could help us.
That is a great idea.
Well, Winifred Downspout knows how to do seances. Let's get her.
Hey, that's her over there.
Oh.
dear ones. But don't worry about the plot. No one ever pays attention to that. And as far as the songs go, steal them, recycle them, make a pastiche. A pastiche? And men in skirts. Yes, men in skirts are always good for a laugh. Well, good luck, darlings. But now I have something I need to finish.
Oh.
Who stops perspiring?
All right, move along there. Move along there. Come on. Yeah, move along. Move along.
Where are you going with our bear?
He's our emotional support animal.
Suspicion of murder.
In the case of the demise of one Sarabanda Periwinkle.
You can't take a bear. He's the best thing in the show. Wait, what's a pastiche? I don't know. It sounds delicious.
It's a compilation of songs strung together by a flimsy, forgettable plot. The Met did one last year.
Well, we could use old folly songs. Like Life as a Turtle and High Smellin'. I love that one.
Let's go see if any of the ancient Follieites have some music.
Let's do it. Professor Thomas de Rigolo, what are you doing here?
Loving you madly.
What?
You are the most beautiful little mouse I have ever seen.
Mouse?
Oui, mouse, souris. Come and be my wife in France in 2017, and I will be your souricier.
Resident of France?
Well, if you prefer, you could be my mistress.
Are you sexually harassing me?
Bien sûr. When a cock meets a hen and says ma douce je t'aime, c'est du pathétique. When he struts like a peacock and nips the bull's neck, c'est très athlétique. But when he says parvenu, I have a chiqueur clique pour vous. Ouh là, c'est très romantique. Be ma première dame de la France. For la passion et la romance. There's no final assurance. Be ma première dame de la France. Mistresses volantes Sarkozy, fine commanding stars, ever so cozy. Pour les maîtresses de Mitterrand et de Chirac, la puissance est un aphrodisiaque. I love you in perpetuité with minuscule promiscuité. S'il vous plaît. Be ma première dame de la France. For la passion et la romance. There's no final assurance. Be ma première dame de la France.
Life as a Turtle in French in the Follies?
Bon, mais why not?
Perhaps it was because word had gotten out that the Follies would be a pastiche, a sort of selfie with old Follies songs recycled. But it didn't help that it had snowed for 10 days. Only 5 people signed up for Friday night, 3.5 for Saturday. Oh, 10 more signed up for dinner, but couldn't stay for the show. Luckily, just at the last minute, 3 buses of North Korean tourists got lost in the storm and found their way into the church to keep warm. Soon they had filled the basement. The actors and production staff were thrilled. The house was full. But then, just as the show was about to go on, some local officials arrived with a dire announcement. It seems they had been reading the Phoenixville Gazette online and believed every word that Nose Potemkin had written.
By order of the University Health Department, you are all under quarantine.
What? Why?
Polonium was found on the lips of Sarabanda Periwinkle.
But that was weeks ago. Why are you just reacting now?
Bureaucracy, we had to work through the office of the mayor, and they was busy trying to shut down all institutions of higher learning south of Roosevelt Road, and
It was my editors. Someone convinced them to hold the story till the start of the new Follies. And besides, Lorelei Middleton paid me off.
well, I'll just be joining you all for the show. By the way, has anybody seen a tall, hairy fellow with Ursine-type features? No?
The show must go on.
Si elle m'aime, tout va bien. La vie d'une tortue me convient. La vie d'une tortue, ce n'est pas si mal. La vie d'une tortue, je suis jamais sale. Je peux même chanter comme le grand chevalier. La vie d'une tortue m'apporte beaucoup. Je marche lentement avec du goût. Si le chemin pose d'ennui, pas de problème, je me débrouille. Vive la vie d'une tortue qu'elle abrite.
Hey, up there! A Russian man, you come back here!
Oh, is that my cue? Cue high smelling.
But we haven't got time to change. We're high smelling and low down. We never take a shower even when we ride to town. And when we're feeling flirty with them gals who are so pretty, from midnight to 7:30, they will tell us we're too dirty. That's the life of cowboys. Of cowboys.
Enough of this, enough of this. Off, off, off. Go. Do you see what has become of the Follies in this age of inanity? Since 1905, the Phoenix Follies have been kept alive. Now that upstart mousy lousy teacher connives, and she's gonna send my Follies to a bloody nosedive. And as a member of the old guard and upholder of the academic morals of this community, go away, little urchins, go away, go away. I shall not be forced off the stage unless I'm kicking and screaming.
Wait, it's an intermission. But you can't go anywhere because you're in quarantine.
Sue, can't you see? It's Lorelei Middleton who's the cause of all your troubles. She bribed people and spread rumors and tried to destroy the Follies. I know because she tried to get me to help destroy you.
And did you want to try to help destroy me?
No, of course not. I tried to spy on her to help you.
But Tim, I've been so mean to you.
I love you.
I know.
I'll always love you, even after you become First Lady of France.
Well?
You've got to save the Follies. You've got to show Lorelai.
Yeah, go on, Sue.
Sing something.
Sing something. Come on.
We insist. Hello, everyone. I once lived like a mouse, alone in my house, when the fate interrupted my life. Fate swept me away, and suddenly one day I found myself in charge of a play. It became my mission to save a tradition. I must strive to keep the Follies alive and help them thrive. Now all of these throngs needed all of these songs and wonderful speeches to speak, written by me, one so meek. And then, would you believe it? Along came a chance for romance. Along came a Frenchman, a real Frenchman from France. I once lived like a mouse, alone in my house, and never was in the spotlight. And then the other frog turned into a prince. And ever since, though I've had hints, I don't know which to choose. I don't know which to lose. Which should I choose and which should I lose? Tell me which one should be my leading man. Fate swept me away, and suddenly one day I found myself in charge of this play.
Good work, Sue. Almost done.
But we still need a denouement, a way to wrap up the show.
Yeah, we can't just let it fade away and leave everybody confused like a New Yorker short story.
They are starting to squirm and look bored.
What we need is a deus ex machina. Turn to page 78 of your hymnal. Auntie Sarabanda, help us. Deus ex machina, that's what we need. What we need. We need.
Deus ex machina, that's what we need.
Deus ex machina, that's what we need. What we need.
Deus ex machina, that's what we need. What we need. Deus ex machina, what we need, indeed, to intercede with speed. We plead, Deus ex machina, to lock it up, happy ending to our show.
I have come to save your show. Oh, and by the way, my dear ones, that wasn't polonium on my lips when I died. It was organic pomegranate lip gloss.
Pomegranate lip gloss? That nosy knows. Potemkin, he saw the coroner's report and took a picture of it before it was finished. He saw the letters P.O. And with Laurel and Middleton's help, he spread that rumor about polonium.
Yes, my darlings, I died of natural causes.
So, everyone is released from quarantine.
Yay! And the bear from custody.
But don't go anywhere. Stay for the grand finale.